Thank you for joining me once again. If you haven't seen my original Dobrik video, it'll be the first link in the description, and this is the follow-up. So if you don't have time for that shit, let's quickly catch you up. David Dobrik is a massively famous influencer and personality that began his career on Vine in 2013 and moved to YouTube in 2015, and has since began his Vlog Squad videos featuring his friends, those of which are a mix of influencers and celebrities alike, amassing over 17 million subscribers on his channel in total, and since then has been caught up in several controversies, one of which involves David, his Vlog Squad, and a member of the latter, Dirty Dom, or as some might know him, Date Dom. Various sexual assault allegations have been released against Dom, mostly during or in coordination with David's vlogs. Some of these are as much as Dom speaking inappropriately to females, groping, rubbing, and even that big one, standards and practices. Okay, we all caught up? No? I've raised more questions than I've answered? First link in the description. Seth was persuaded to participate under the guise of kissing fellow influencer Karina Komp, and would later recount the experience as being traumatizing, only recently being aware that it was in fact assault. This would follow a video Seth would create titled Accountability to All Creators, in which he would address the racism he dealt with while an active member of the Triple K squad, from referring to him as their only black friend to offering him watermelon and a ride to the police station. Clearly this group has attended a few Donald Trump rallies. With all this active racism, it seems David and his BLM squad were preparing for the inevitable downfall as influencers by rehearsing their lines as future LAPD officers. Finally, we come to Jeff Wittek, who seems to be the most likable member of the defunct squad still left, although several witnesses recounted him buying alcohol for the underage girls during the incident on November 2018, and that seems pretty sus. Jeff would take part in a video featuring the team wakeboarding and swinging around in a shallow lake with the help of an excavator operated by Dobrik. David would swing his friends around in a line attached to an arm of the excavator that one can assume would give them whiplash, lightheadedness, vomiting, and in some cases, right-wing ideologies. Okay, that last part isn't true, but one thing that is indicative of these symptoms, a trip to Epstein Island. I'm not connecting those dots. Sometimes the truth just tends to reveal itself. Okay, back to the point. During the recording of these absurd levels of stupidity, Jeff Wittek would have his turn in an attempt to wakeboard, as Dobrik would begin to spinning the excavator, building up tension. The narrator would go off script and sip on his monster, before eventually returning to his notes. Moments would fly by as though hours had passed, but within only a matter of seconds, Dobrik would halt the excavator without the forethought of slowing down, causing Jeff to slam into the side of the arm and fall into the shallow water below, his foot still attached to the line as he dangled. The scene was horrific, unless like me, you pictured a wily coyote in Roadrunner skin, in which case, I nearly pissed myself. Jeff's skull was fractured in 9 places. His left eye socket was fractured. Do you think he hit the window of the excavator and slowly slid down to the bottom for comedic effect? I sure hope so. His hip and foot were broken, and ligaments in his leg were torn. No, but these were very serious and life-threatening injuries that I'm not here to make light of, so let's all be a little bit more mature and take this seriously. Jeff would later state that he could have lost his eye due to the impact of the excavator. It's also possible that he may suffer from lifelong brain damage due to the incident. The combination of trauma from the incident, hospital bills, and thought of suffering lifelong brain damage on top of his clearly pre-existing damage of his prefrontal cortex, that's the part of the brain used for rational thinking. It was clear he needed to gather his 2 remaining neurons and put together a video exposing the truth titled I'm kidding, it was titled Don't Try This at Home, a documentary about the incident and the injuries he suffered from it. Dipshit. Now, I know I haven't discussed David's role in all of this, but I could cover that in a future video. But until now, just understand that I hold him accountable above everyone else, even Dom. Because not only was he aware of his behavior, but he allowed it and encouraged it to take place for the sake of his videos. This could be said of any controversy surrounding David and the gang. Dipshit. And for those of you who are fans of the Vlog Squad, David Dobrik, any of the other members I've mentioned, or maybe you just think I've been unsympathetic or too harsh on them, just know that I've reread this script 37 times and I'm completely fine with the picture I'm painting. Everyone is at fault, including me. But what a whirlwind it was, and if you made it this far, I can't wait to read your hate comments. Honestly, there's so much I've left out from interviews and podcasts, other victims of David's and the shit squad that I haven't had time to cover, and even a lawsuit for $10 million. All things I can cover in a future video, but let's see how the analytics and viewers feel first. Okay, I'm going to have to wrap this up. Thank you all so much for watching. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, be well.